Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the Voice of Hope. Today we are looking at a very, very important lesson from the book of Exodus, chapter 16. Now, if you are reading the Bible, that's today. This is one of the stories that you are going to come across in our reading today. Exodus chapter 16, verse 4, the Bible says, "Then the Lord said to Moses, I will rain down bread from heaven for you. The people are to get out each day and gather enough for that day." Now, this is a very, very popular story. You know, when God rained down manna from heaven. The people of Israel had just left their land of captivity. I'm talking about Egypt. They were on their way to the promised land. And in the course of the journey, they became so hungry. And guess what? They complained to Moses. They cried to Moses, and Moses went to God. The people thought that the Lord of Israel would carry them out of Egypt and then let them die in the wilderness. That was what they thought. But God had better plans for them. In the midst of the barren wilderness, when the Israelites were hungry and uncertain, God provided. He didn't just give them food, He rained down bread from heaven, what we call manna, something they had never seen before. God showed them that His provision is not limited by circumstances. Even in the most desolate place, in the most driest place, in the most unexpected place, God can still provide our needs. Dear friends, this is a wonderful story that reminds us that no matter how our situation may be, or no matter how dire our situation may be, no matter hopeless things may seem in our lives, God sees, He hears our cries, and He continues to be our Jireh. Isn't that amazing? When Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac and God said stop, and then God provided a ram, Abraham then understood the name of God and said, Jehovah Jireh. God is our provider. And when he was taking his children through the wilderness to the promised land, God indeed was a Jireh to them. He provided water for them. He provided food for them. It even got to a point where God rained down meat for them. There is nothing that God cannot provide. Sometimes it may not always come in the way we expect, but God's provision is always timely, it is always sufficient, and it's always perfect. So today, my dear friends, trust that that same God who provided for the Jewish people in the wilderness, that same God who sent a raven to provide for his son Elijah, that same God who made a way and provided a ram instead of Isaac to be sacrificed, that God would provide for you. He knows your need, and He will never leave you lacking. All you need to do is to trust in Him with all your heart, and God will surely come true for you. It is my prayer that today, as you wait on the Lord, may the Lord rain down your own manna for you today. Whether it is being the manna of job, manna of relationship, manna of healings, whatever manna you are praying for, may the God of Israel remember you and rain down manna in your life. Have a blessed day. Shalom.